Your roadmap to the latest in auto. Welcome to Highway Herald. In 2025, the US floored the gas on tariffs, up to 50% on imported steel and aluminum, disrupting global supply chains. As trade routes rerouted, one country hit the fast lane: Canada. With stable policies and rich resources, it's become the go-to hub for nations dodging US unpredictability. From Brazilian beef to German auto parts, industries are shifting north. Buckle up, because the future of auto manufacturing, energy, and global trade is taking a new route. Let's explore the 7 pivotal moves reshaping the road ahead. Number 7. Brazil shifts gears to Canada's Agri lanes. When the US imposed a 25% tariff on Brazil's beef, soy, and ethanol in March 2025, it threw a wrench into the gears of South America's agri machine. Brazil's $12.8 billion beef export sector hit an unexpected red light. But instead of stalling, Brazil shifted lanes fast. By late March, it struck a $2 billion trade deal with Canada, rerouting beef to Alberta and Manitoba, soy to Winnipeg and Saskatoon, and ethanol to Quebec. The move safeguarded 5,000 ranching jobs in Brazil and added 650 new roles across Canada's meat and grain sectors. Brazil didn't stop there. It accelerated global outreach, signing new agreements with China to export ethanol byproducts for livestock feed, undercutting the US grip on that specialized market. But Brazil wasn't the only nation accelerating past US tariffs. Mexico was quick to reroute its industrial momentum as well. Number 6. Mexico rewires its supply chain with the Great White North. The 35% US tariff on Mexican auto components in early 2025 threatened to bring assembly lines in Baja California, Ciudad Juarez, and Monterrey to a grinding halt. But Mexico's automotive sector downshifted, recalibrated, and pressed forward. Through the Triple North Corridor Alliance, an $8.2 billion initiative with Canada, Mexico rerouted shipments of ECUs, suspension systems, and wiring harnesses to Ontario. Cities like Windsor and Brampton saw a revival in factory activity as the flow of components surged north. However, the pivot raised eyebrows. Canadian officials warned of Chinese parts potentially piggybacking into North America via Mexican exporters, fueling debate about overhauling USMCA or opting for exclusive Canada-Mexico trade deals. Still, the strategy kept wheels turning and underscored the power of adaptive cross-border collaboration. Enjoying this global ride? Don't forget to subscribe to Highway Herald and tap the bell to stay updated on every twist and turn in the world of automotive trade and tech. Whether it's shifting supply chains or surging tariffs, we bring you the stories that drive the industry forward. And while Mexico focused on automotive synergy, Australia dug deep, literally, for a new path forward with Canada. Number 5. Australia mines a new route with Canada. When the US imposed a 30% tariff on key Australian exports like iron ore and lithium in early 2025, it left mineral shipments stranded and markets uncertain. But Australia didn't stay stuck in neutral. It shifted gears and looked to Canada for a solution. The outcome was the Northern Stars Initiative, a $3.5 billion pact inked in April. Now, bulk shipments of Australian iron ore are flowing into Vancouver and Thunder Bay, fueling Ontario's steel mills, which have already ramped up production by 18%. Simultaneously, Aussie lithium producers struck a deal with a Canadian electric bus manufacturer, sending battery-grade lithium carbonate to Welland. The move preserved 2,100 mining jobs and strengthened Canada's EV ambitions. A cross-hemisphere alliance built on resilience, innovation, and mutual need. From mining metals to generating clean energy, France stepped in next with a hydrogen-powered solution. Number 4. France powers up with Canada's hydrogen highway. France's hydrogen sector hit a wall in early 2025 when US tariffs on electrolyzers halted production lines and canceled key contracts. But France didn't let its green dreams fizzle out. By April, it had teamed up with Canada in a $1.2 billion hydrogen infrastructure pact. French-built electrolyzers are now bound for Quebec and Ontario, powering up Canada's green transition while reviving stalled factories in France. The deal saved around 1,000 French jobs and opened 850 new positions in Canada, complete with training for locals on maintaining and operating advanced hydrogen tech. France's hydrogen roadmap aims for 4.5 gigawatts by 2030, backed by a €4 billion national fund. This partnership isn't just a lifeline, it's a launch pad, showing how shared energy goals can convert policy turbulence into clean-powered opportunity. Speaking of clean energy, South Korea's battery sector quickly recharged with a pivot toward Canada. Number 3, South Korea recharges its battery game through Canada. By 2025, South Korea's battery industry hit a jolt. A 20% U.S. tariff on lithium-ion modules disrupted exports to major markets like California, threatening thousands of high-tech jobs. But industry leaders LG Chem and Samsung SDI didn't lose charge. Instead, they sealed a $1.7 billion deal with Northvolt Canada, rerouting over 500,000 battery modules to key EV hubs in Windsor, Hamilton, and London. The move preserved nearly 3,000 jobs in South Korea and supercharged Canada's EV supply chain. By mid-May, Canadian plants had hired 700 technicians trained to Korean assembly standards. LG Energy Solution also announced a new 4680 battery facility in Cheongbuk, marking a leap forward in energy tech. South Korea's pivot showed resilience, innovation, and the power of global collaboration in driving the EV future. And just as South Korea charged ahead, Denmark caught the wind, literally, with its own strategic energy shift. Number 2, Denmark's wind power finds new currents in Canada. In 2025, Denmark's renewable energy sector faced serious turbulence after the U.S. imposed a 30% tariff on wind turbine components. With major contracts canceled and construction sites stalled, the future of Danish green tech exports looked uncertain. Rather than remain adrift, Denmark charted a bold new course toward Canada. A $1.5 billion green technology agreement signed in April rerouted wind turbine blades and solar modules to provinces like Nova Scotia and Saskatchewan. The deal saved 900 skilled Danish jobs and sparked the creation of 1,100 new clean energy positions across Canada. This pivot dovetailed with Denmark's national goal to double offshore wind capacity, adding 3 gigawatts through upcoming tenders. For both countries, it marked a timely alignment of economic resilience and environmental ambition. Finally, we arrive at Germany, whose precision-driven auto sector found a fast lane into Canada's economy. Number 1, Germany steers its auto power to a Canadian fast lane. Germany's auto industry, renowned as Europe's mechanical crown jewel, slammed into a barrier in 2025 when a 25% U.S. tariff on vehicles and parts froze transatlantic trade. Assembly lines paused, inventories piled up, and thousands of jobs faced uncertainty. To steer clear of collapse, Germany partnered with Canada in a $10 billion trade protocol that allowed duty-free quotas for high-precision parts from giants like BMW, Bosch, and ZF, now redirected to Canadian plants in Ontario and Quebec. But this pact wasn't just about autos. A parallel hydrogen agreement positioned Canada as a clean energy supplier, helping Germany reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Together, the two nations formed a blueprint for resilience, where innovation, green tech, and strategic trade alliances fuel a more sustainable, shock-resistant future. The road ahead, trade winds are changing, and Canada's in the slipstream. The 2025 U.S. tariffs sparked a major global trade shift. Nations like Germany, South Korea, and Brazil turned to Canada, forming new alliances that protected jobs and industries. These moves reinforced Canada's role as a trusted trade partner and highlighted how adaptability, innovation, and collaboration are crucial in today's unpredictable global economy, especially for the auto sector. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these international partnerships do you think will have the biggest long-term impact on the auto industry? Do you believe Canada is becoming the new global hub for manufacturing and clean energy innovation? How should U.S. automakers respond to this shifting trade landscape? Double down at home or rebuild bridges abroad? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing your take on the future of the road ahead. If you enjoyed this update, make sure to subscribe to Highway Herald and ring that notification bell so you're always first to hear about vehicle updates, trade pivots, and tech shifts reshaping the industry. Thanks for watching and see you next time. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's more exciting and informative content waiting for you.